Hi, greetings. I am K. Radhakrishna Menon, Vice President, Content Development Training and Conferences, National Association of Palliative Care for Ayush and Integrative Medicine. I would like to share with you a presentation on Ayurveda on the Indian system of medicine. When we date back to the history of Ayurveda, it came into existence in about 900 BC. The word Ayurveda means Ayur meaning life and Veda meaning science. The Indian Hindu mythology states 4 Veda written by the Aryans: Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda and Atharva Veda. The Ayurveda is said to be an Upaveda or part of Atharva Veda. Charaka Samhita is the first recorded book way back in 1900 BC with the concept of practice of Ayurveda. This describes 341 plants and plant products used in medicine. Sushruta Samhita, that is another book, was the next Ayurvedic literature written in 600 BC that has special emphasis on surgery. It described 395 medicinal plants, 57 drugs of animal origin, 4 minerals and metals as therapeutic agents. What are the basic principles of Ayurveda? According to ancient Indian philosophy, the universe is composed of 5 basic elements or pancha bhutas. Prithvi stands for earth, Jal water, Teja fire, vayu air and akash space. Everything in the universe, including food and the bodies, were derived from these bhutas. A fundamental harmony therefore exists between the macrocosm or the universe and microcosm, the individual, the Panchabhuta theory and the human body. The human body is in a state of a continuous flux of or dynamic equilibrium. The Panchabhutas are represented in the human body as the doshas, dhadus and malas. We give a pictorial description of the 3 elements: Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Vata stands for dryness, Pitta stands for hot, Kapha stands for heavy things. So, this is Ayurveda dosha. There are 3 doshas in the body that are also known as 3 doshas. They are Vata, Pitta and Kapha. What are the Ayurvedic tips for all dosha? One is light, motivated, creative, tranquil, competitive, anxious and fearful. Eat cooked foods, healthy fats, hot tea, mild spices like cinnamon, and you avoid cold salads, bitter, astringent foods and caffeine. Muscular, loving, articulate, active, hot tempered, envious, controlling. Eat cold foods, sweet, bitter, veggies, fruit, cooling spices like turmeric. Avoid alcohol, spicy food, too many oils, fermented foods. Grounded, affectionate, generous, kind, unmotivated, greedy and attached. Eat raw and bitter veggies, spicy foods, honey, strong spices like ginger. Avoid sour fruit, excessive eating, fatty foods and sugar. These are the tips for all doshas, Vata, Pitta and Kapha. about something more of doshas. The doshas derive from the 5 elements and their related properties. Vata is composed of space and air, Pitta of fire and water, Kapha of earth and water. What is Vata? Vata derives from the elements of space and air and translates as wind or that which moves things. It is the energy of movement and the force governing all biological activity. Vata is often called the king of the doshas, since it governs the body's greater life force and gives motion to Pitta and Kapha. Just as the wind in balance provides movement and expression to the natural world, the balanced Vata individual is active, creative and gifted with a natural ability to express and communicate. When the wind in a Vata type rages like a hurricane, negative qualities quickly overshadow these positive attributes. Common signs of Vata imbalance include anxiety and bodily disorders related to dryness, such as dry skin and constipation. The main locations of Vata in the body are the colon, thighs, bones, joints, ears, skin, brain and nerve tissues. Physiologically, Vata governs anything related to movement such as breathing, talking, nerve impulses, movements in the muscles and tissues, circulation, assimilation of food, elimination, urination and menstruation. Psychologically, Vata governs communication, creativity, flexibility and quickness of thought. Then something about Pitta. Pitta derives from the elements of fire and water and translates as that which cooks. It is the energy of digestion and metabolism in the body that functions through carrier substances such as organic acids, hormones, enzymes and bile. The qualities of Pitta are oily, sharp, hot, light, moving, liquid and acidic. The main locations of Pitta in the body are the small intestine, stomach, liver, spleen, pancreas, blood, eyes and sweat. Physiologically, Pitta provides the body with heat and energy through the breakdown of complex food molecules. It governs all processes related to conversion and transformation throughout the mind and body. Psychologically, Pitta governs joy, courage, willpower, anger, jealousy and mental perception. When a person has a tendency to overheat, excess Pitta is usually the culprit. Just as a campfire may turn into a forest fire without proper care, the internal fire of the mind and body must be kept in check. There is a saying that imbalanced Pitta individuals don't go to hell, they simply create it wherever they go. Pitta imbalances commonly manifest in the body as infection, inflammation, rashes, ulcers, heartburn and fever. Now something about Kapha. Kapha derives from the elements of earth and water and translates as that which sticks. It is the energy of building and lubrication that provides the body with physical form, structure and the smooth functioning of all its parts. Kapha can be thought of as the essential cement, glue and lubrication of the body in one. The qualities of Kapha are moist, cold, heavy, dull, soft, sticky and static. The main locations of Kapha in the body are the chest, throat, lungs, head, lymph, fatty tissue, connective tissue, ligaments and tendons. Physiologically, Kapha moistens food, gives bulk to our tissues, lubricates joints, stores energy and relates to cool bodily fluids such as water, mucus and lymph. Psychologically, Kapha governs love, patience, forgiveness, greed, attachment and mental inertia. With its earthly makeup, Kapha grounds Vata and Pitta and helps offset imbalances related to these doshas. Just as a nourishing rainstorm may turn into a rampant flood, the fluids of the body may flood the bodily tissues, contributing to a heavy dampness that weighs down the body and clouds the mind. This dense, cold and swampy environment becomes the breeding ground for a number of bodily disorders such as obesity, sinus congestion and anything related to mucus. Mentally, the loving and calm disposition of the Kapha individual may transform into lethargy, attachment and depression. Ayurveda tips for all doshas. I think this is a repetition, we have to cut it short. So, the next is dhadus. The dhadus are body constituents and form the basic structure of body, each one having its own functions. The dhadus are 7 in number. What are the Ayurveda 7 dhadus? Shukra or reproductive system, Majja nerve, Asti bone and cartilage, Meda adipose tissues, Mamsa muscle, Rakta blood or RBC, Rasa plasma. So, these are the 7 dhadus in Ayurveda. What are malas? Malas in Ayurveda are the waste products of the body which include urine, stool and sweat. Effective elimination of malas is said to be important for maintaining good health. Now, the doshas, dhadus and malas should be in a state of perfect equilibrium for the body to remain healthy. Any imbalance among these constituents results in ill health and disease. Regarding diagnosis, the classical clinical examination in Ayurveda is called Ashta Sthana Pariksha or 8-point diagnosis and includes an assessment of the state of the doshas as well as various physical signs. What are the 8-point diagnoses? They are Nadi Pariksha or pulse diagnosis, Mutra Pariksha or urine examination, Vada Sparsha or nervous system assessment, Pitta Drik assessment of digestive fire and metabolic secretions, Kapha Agridi mucous and mucoid secretions assessment, Mala Pariksha stool examination, Jiva Pariksha tongue examination, Jihva Pariksha tongue examination and Shabda Pariksha examination of body sounds. What are the treatments available in Ayurveda? We focus on the person than the disease. In Ayurveda, before starting the treatment, a person's constitutional type should be determined. Drugs are prescribed based on the patient's body type as well as on what disease or disturbance of the doshas they are suffering from. Everything that might affect the patient health, including their activities, the time of the day and the season should be taken into consideration. Ayurvedic treatment attempts to establish a balance among Vata, Pitta and Kapha as well as to improve digestion and elimination of ama undigested food. Ayurvedic therapy often begins with shodhana or cleansing, in which toxins, emotional or physical, are eliminated or neutralized. Once shodhana is completed, shamana, palliative treatment, is used to reduce the intensity of a disease and balance the disordered doshas. Finally, rasayana, rejuvenation therapy, is used to maintain health and reduce the negative effects of disease. What are the branches of Ayurveda? Ayurveda has 8 branches: Kaya Chikitsa, that is medicine; Shalya Chikitsa, that is surgery; Shalakya Chikitsa, that is ENT treatment; Bala Chikitsa, pediatric treatment; Jara Chikitsa, treatment related to genetics; Vajikarama Chikitsa, treatment with rejuvenation and aphrodisiacs; Graham Chikitsa, plenary effects; Visha Chikitsa, toxicology. Thank you.